Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into a world you probably don't think about too often?
I bet you're right about that.
Well, get ready because today we're buzzing about bees.
Yeah, bees.
And it all started with this fascinating podcast episode we listened to called The Buzz on Bees, Guardians of Our Food Supply.
Catchy title.
Right. And honestly, some of the things I learned were just mind-blowing.
I know, right?
Like, did you know that bees, as we know them, actually evolved from predatory wasps?
It's true. Talk about a career change.
That's for sure. And their social structures.
Hmm.
Way more complex than ants, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We're talking designated roles, crazy communication methods.
Oh, and don't forget the waggle dance.
Oh, yeah, right? That special dance they do to tell each other where the good food is.
It's pretty amazing.
But here's the thing that really blew my mind.
What's that?
1/3.
The-
1/3.
The food we eat.
Depends on these little guys.
It's true. No bees, no food. We're talking fruits, vegetables, nuts,
Cheers.
all gone.
Okay, so let's back up a bit, okay?
Okay.
And talk about how these former meat eaters turn into the pollination superstars we know and love.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
Okay, so picture this. 140 million years ago,
Okay.
flowering plants are just starting to pop up on Earth.
All right.
And these early bees,
Yeah,
they see this whole new opportunity, right? Nectar and pollen.
like a brand new buffet opened up.
Totally. And it was a game changer.
For sure. I mean, this new food source,
It really was.
it just changed everything.
So they ditched the meat and went full-on vegan.
Uh-huh. Well, not exactly vegan, but you get the idea.
Yeah. And it wasn't just good for them.
What do you mean?
It actually sparked a whole new chapter in the history of life.
Whoa.
Yeah, think about it. This symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
Bees get food, plants get to reproduce.
Then that's what led to the diversity we have today.
Exactly. So many different kinds of plants, so many different kinds of bees.
Amazing.
And all because they decided to try out the sweet stuff.
Who knew?
And that diversity is what keeps our plates full. Like, it's easy to take it for granted, you know?
I know what you mean.
But when you really hear that stat,
1/3.
1/3 of all human food
Yeah.
depends on bee pollination.
It makes you think.
It really does. It makes you realize just how vital they are.
Totally.
Think about it.
Okay.
Fruits, vegetables, nuts.
All that good stuff.
All thanks to these buzzing heroes.
It's crazy. We're talking about a massive impact.
Right.
A huge part of our food system.
Huge.
All thanks to tiny little bees.
Now imagine a world without those foods.
Oh, man. Don't even get me started. That's a scary thought.
It is, right.
Ah.
And to think it's all happening inside these beehives, these buzzing cities.
Right. With thousands and thousands of bees.
Like up to 80,000 in a single colony. That's like a bee metropolis.
I know. It's amazing how organized they are. It's like a superorganism. Every bee has its own job.
Oh yeah, they've got it all figured out. The worker bees, the drones.
Oh, and of course, the queen bee. She's the heart of it all.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah. And you know what else is amazing? How they communicate.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Not just pheromones, you know, those chemical signals.
Yeah.
They have this crazy waggle dance.
Right.
It's like their own secret language.
It's amazing.
They're telling each other where the good stuff is.
Like imagine being able to tell your friends, hey, there's this awesome raspberry patch 2 miles that way, just by wiggling your body.
Right. It's like a map to the best food spots.
That's why they're such good pollinators.
Totally. And it's this level of sophistication that lets them adapt to all kinds of environments. Forests, meadows.
Even our own backyards.
That's right.
You know, we always hear about honeybees,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a whole world of other bee species out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Each one with its own set of skills,
And each one is important to the ecosystem.
like those leafcutter bees.
Ah, yeah, the leaf cutters.
Are amazing.
They don't build hives like honeybees.
Nope.
They use leaves to build their nests.
It's fascinating.
And they're really good at pollinating certain crops, like alfalfa and blueberries.
Oh, that's right. And then there are raisin bees,
Ah, yes, the mason
the
bees.
orchard superheroes.
They're amazing pollinators for fruit trees.
Incredible, right?
Yeah.
Each species has its own specialty.
It's all about diversity.
It really is.
Mm,
The more diverse the bees, the healthier the ecosystem.
exactly. But unfortunately, things aren't always so rosy.
Oh, right.
There are some pretty serious threats facing these essential pollinators.
Like habitat loss
That's a big one.
and intensive agriculture
Yes.
and pesticide use.
Uh-huh. And these threats are having a real impact. Bee populations are going down.
Yeah, it's a real problem.
It's not just about losing honey. you know?
Oh, right. It's bigger than that.
It's about losing the very foundation of our food system. The balance of nature is at stake.
So what happens if this decline continues?
Well, let's just say it wouldn't be good.
Oh, no. Like, what would actually happen?
Well, some research shows that we could see a 50% decrease in the vitamins and minerals in our food. We need those to be healthy.
That's serious.
It is, and that's just the beginning. It could impact plant diversity, wildlife.
Everything.
Yeah, it's a ripple effect, like dominoes falling.
Whoa. Okay. So we need to protect the bees.
We definitely do. For ourselves and the planet, it really could change everything we know.
Okay, before we spiral,
Yeah.
let's take a minute to appreciate what we've learned.
Okay.
I mean, we started with this incredible evolutionary journey, right?
Right.
From wasps to bees.
It's amazing.
Like, talk about adaptation.
It shows how interconnected everything is.
It really does. And then there's that crazy statistic. 1/3 of our food supply
1/3.
depends on them.
It's hard to wrap your head around.
Seriously. Every bite of fruit, every almond, even our coffee.
All thanks to bees.
It's wild.
And all the different kinds of food we get to enjoy.
Right. From blueberries to sunflowers, bees are like the unsung heroes of our dinner plates.
For sure.
And don't even get me started on that whole social structure thing, the beehive.
It's mind-blowing.
Worker bees, drones, the queen.
A perfectly organized system.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like they have it all figured out.
It's a testament to their intelligence.
Oh, and the waggle dance.
Oh, yeah. How could we forget?
It's like their secret code.
Exactly.
It's so adaptable.
It's how they survive in a changing world.
It's genius.
But speaking of a changing world,
Oh, yeah.
we can't forget about the threats they're facing.
Right, right. Habitat loss, intensive agriculture.
And those pesticides.
It's like we're making it harder and harder for them to live.
We are. And it's not just bees that are affected.
What do you mean?
It's the whole ecosystem. Remember, it's all connected.
Oh, right.
Bee populations decline, and it impacts plants, wildlife, everything.
Like a domino effect.
Exactly. The balance of nature is disrupted.
This is serious stuff.
It is. It's a wake-up call for us to take better care of our planet.
Okay, but before we get too doom and gloom,
Yeah,
we can actually do something about this.
we can. And that's the good news.
Awareness is key, right?
It's the first step. We need to understand what bees do for us and what they're up against.
Right. But just knowing isn't enough.
Nope. We need to take action.
So what can we do? What can our listeners do to help?
There's actually a lot we can do.
Really?
Yeah, both individually and as a community.
Okay. I like it. Give us the good stuff.
All right, so one of the simplest things is planting flowers.
Flowers.
Yep, different kinds of flowers that bloom at different times of year.
So like a year-round buffet for the bees.
Uh-huh, exactly. And choose native species whenever you can.
Native species.
Yeah, native plants and native bees, they've evolved together, you know?
They're like the perfect match.
Exactly. And don't forget about water.
Water.
Yeah, they need water too. A shallow dish with some pebbles for them to land on.
Like a little bee oasis.
Exactly. Now let's talk lawns.
Oh, lawns. What about them?
Well, traditional lawn care practices can actually be really harmful to bees.
Like how?
All those pesticides and herbicides people use,
Yeah.
they can kill bees or weaken their immune systems.
Yikes. So what do we do? Just let our lawns go wild?
Not necessarily. There are eco-friendly ways to manage your lawn.
Like what?
Companion planting, using beneficial insects, even just tolerating a few weeds.
Okay, so it's about changing our mindset.
Exactly. We need a more balanced approach.
A more bee-friendly approach.
Right. And if you don't have a lawn, you can still make a difference.
Oh, good. How?
Support local beekeepers. Buy their honey and other bee products.
So I can indulge my sweet tooth A&D, help the bees.
You got it.
Perfect. What else?
Be an advocate for bee-friendly policies in your community.
Okay, like what?
Encourage pollinator gardens in public spaces or reducing pesticide use on public lands.
So it's about collective action, too.
It is. Raising awareness, working together.
To create a world where bees can thrive.
Exactly. Every voice matters.
Every action matters.
No matter how small.
We can all contribute to a better future for bees.
And for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because when we protect bees, we protect our planet.
It's all connected.
It really is.
It's amazing to think we can make such a difference. But I'm also curious about the bigger picture, you know?
What do you mean?
Like, are there any big innovations or solutions being explored to help bees?
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's a lot of cool research happening.
Like what?
Well, scientists are working on bee-friendly pesticides, so they target specific pests but don't harm the bees.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
And there are new ways to restore habitats,
Okay.
like creating pollinator corridors,
What's that?
Basically, they connect fragmented landscapes so bees can move more freely and find diverse food sources.
So it's not just about our backyards.
Nope, it's about creating a bee-friendly world.
I love that.
And technology is playing a role too, like robotic pollinators.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, and sensor systems that can monitor hive health.
That's incredible. Sounds like there's a lot of hope.
There is, but we can't just rely on technology.
Right. There's got to be more than that.
Exactly. We need a fundamental shift in how we interact with nature, moving away from practices that harm pollinators towards a more sustainable approach.
To agriculture, land management,
Everything. We need to realize we're all connected.
that the well-being of bees is connected to our own well-being.
Exactly. When we protect bees, we're protecting ourselves and our planet.
Wow. This deep dive has really been eye-opening.
I'm glad. It's been great talking about this with you.
Me too.
Well,
Hopefully our listeners are feeling inspired
I hope so. To learn more, do more.
to make a difference. So as we wrap up, let me ask you this. Knowing what you now know about bees, what step will you take to help protect them?
That's a great question. It can be anything, really.
Yeah.
Plant a flower, reduce pesticide use, support a local beekeeper, anything.
Even just talking about it helps.
It does. We're all in this together, you know?
We are. Let's create a world where bees can thrive.
For our sake and for future generations.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep making a difference.